Project Overview. Twin Lakes, Georgia is an active adult retirement community just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. Construction is well underway, with community amenities and more than 770 homes already built as of March 2026. More than $424 million has already been spent on project-related costs, creating more than enough qualifying EB-5 jobs for every investor in the project. Located within a rural targeted employment area, or TEA, Twin Lakes, Georgia offers EB-5 investors a secure EB-5 loan investment with a faster path to green cards and access to the 20% EB-5 visa set aside. Set-aside visas help EB-5 investors avoid current and future visa backlogs. Twin Lakes, Georgia is being developed by the Coulter Group, one of the top 20 largest private single-family home builders in the United States. Since its founding in 1997, Coulter has successfully repaid billions of dollars in debt and has never failed to repay a loan or to complete one of its development projects. Twin Lakes, Georgia is the 28th collaboration between Coulter and EB-5AN. This collaboration builds on a proven track record and 100% approval of all previous Coulter EB-5AN EB-5 projects. The Twin Lakes, Georgia project has already received Form I-956F exemplar approval from USCIS. This means that the project structure, rural area qualification, and job creation methodology comply with current EB-5 program requirements. About EB-5AN. EB-5AN is well recognized as a national leader in the EB-5 industry. EB-5AN operates a network of 15 EB-5 regional centers covering the entire continental United States and has a 100% EB-5 regional center project approval rate. Over 3,000 EB-5 investors from more than 70 countries have chosen to invest through EB-5AN-sponsored regional center projects like Twin Lakes, Georgia. EB-5AN has been involved in over $3.5 billion of real estate development and has directly facilitated the creation of over 20,000 EB-5 eligible jobs across more than 25 EB-5 projects with Coulter. About Coulter. Coulter is one of the largest private developers in the southeastern United States. Since 1997, Coulter has invested in projects with an expected value of over $37 billion. The company has completed over 100 residential projects and delivered more than 27,000 units. Coulter's award-winning home projects have a proven record of success with home buyers throughout the southeastern United States. Coulter offers home buyers affordable options for spacious homes with great value. Coulter brings financial security and an award-winning management team with more than 200 years of cumulative real estate experience to the Twin Lakes, Georgia project. Since its founding in 1997, Coulter has successfully repaid billions of dollars in debt and has never failed to repay a loan or to complete one of its development projects. Coulter Homes is the largest and oldest of Coulter's 5 business divisions. About Twin Lakes, Georgia. Twin Lakes, Georgia is an active adult retirement community just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. The project has won numerous awards, including the Active Adult Housing Community of the Year Award for 2023. Twin Lakes, Georgia is situated on more than 900 acres of beautiful land just outside Atlanta, Georgia, featuring 2 large lakes. The project offers tranquility and a place to enjoy outdoor recreation, such as fishing, kayaking, and hiking along miles of nature trails. Twin Lakes, Georgia features resort-style community amenities, including a clubhouse, tennis courts, and one of the largest pickleball complexes in the Southeast. The community's clubhouse has ballroom and event spaces, an event lawn, a kayak launch point, and an outdoor band shell with a magnificent view of one of the lakes. The clubhouse is also home to the community's indoor pool, outdoor pool, arts and crafts center, and fitness center.
Here, the residents can enjoy weekly events, including brush painting classes, pottery classes, other arts and crafts events. And yeah, this is just a great place for residents to come, meet one another, have a great time doing some form of activity. And all these activities are sponsored by the community, by the groups that are built here themselves.
All homes feature a large open concept kitchen and living room with a private outdoor space. The project's central location offers convenient access to Atlanta, the city of Athens, the Blue Ridge Mountains, and Lake Lanier. Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport is just 50 minutes from Twin Lakes, Georgia, and downtown Atlanta is only 40 minutes away. Construction progress and home sales. Construction of Twin Lakes, Georgia is well underway. More than 770 homes have already been completed and delivered to buyers. Construction of the community's clubhouse and other amenities has also been completed and are now open to residents. Through March 31, 2026, Coulter has sold more than 870 homes. The on-site team works from a large waiting list of buyers as Coulter releases each monthly batch of homes. EB-5 job creation. For each EB-5 investor in Twin Lakes, Georgia to obtain a green card, the project must create more than 10 jobs per EB-5 investor. As of January 31, 2026, development of the Twin Lakes, Georgia project has already created 5,557 EB-5 eligible jobs, more than the number required for all EB-5 investors in the project to qualify for their green cards. Over 340 EB-5 investors have already received I-526E approval from an investment in the Twin Lakes, Georgia project, and all of these investors have already satisfied the 10-job requirement for their permanent green card. Investor testimonials. EB-5AN helps support prospective EB-5 investors through their due diligence process on the Twin Lakes, Georgia EB-5 project. Next, you will hear from real Twin Lakes, Georgia EB-5 investors as they discuss their experience working with EB-5AN and why they decided to invest $800,000 in the Twin Lakes, Georgia EB-5 project.
You really try to find a stable project where the greatest likelihood is that the capital will be returned to you after all the job creation requirements are met. Especially in terms of real estate, where experience and expertise and having a good track record is absolutely critical. We really liked the Coulter Development Company, Coulter Homes. They've been in business for over 25 years. I believe they've developed over 20,000 homes over that time. They have seen economic cycles before. They've been through recessions before. They have always remained solvent, repaid any capital, any loans. They have the experience to weather economic storms. This is not their first rodeo. They are expert. They have a formula that has worked over a number of years, over literally thousands of homes. They have many of this type of project, active 55 plus community under development right now. So you're dealing with a firm that has experience, has the marketing know-how, are well capitalized.
And I felt that the project was the best in terms of what I'm looking for. It was a rural project. It was 55 plus community. It was a residential just in the outskirts of Atlanta. And Atlanta is a metro city. And you know, it's growing, it's getting crowded, and people are looking to move just on the suburbs, or if not too far outside of the metro cities. And that's where I felt that this project was very much viable, because a lot of people have families they want to stay close to. And when you have parents who want to live with grandkids or close to grandkids, this was like very perfect place lot of snowbirds who wants to fly into a warmer area when it's cold up north.
Now, obviously, one of the biggest advantages of the Twin Lakes project was that the jobs were already created. All the jobs were there. It was a living project which we were able to visit in person, and we were able to see that half of the project was already built. So that way it gives us a huge sense of relief that, you don't have any question marks over the fact that your I-829 will get approved or not, because, like I said, all that is done. So it's just about filing a form and paying the high fees for USCIS and just waiting for the approval. But yeah, like I said, it's a huge sense of relief.
I looked at EB-5 and it stood out to me for multiple reasons. One, it had 100% USCIS approval rate, which was huge. And for the Twin Lakes project specifically, all the jobs have been created already. And that was big because there were so many other regional centers that I had come across in projects where they were taking your money, but construction hadn't even begun. So when I looked at Coulter, the first thing that I noticed was that they had been in business for more than 25 years. So they clearly know their stuff. They've done this for a long time. And this is something that I think they have a good track record of doing. And the second point is that they've put in more than $29 billion across real estate projects around the country.
One was definitely because we're part of the loan fund, that the loan repayment guarantee was great. That was definitely a pivotal point in our decision as well.
Right. And even for the loan repayment guarantee, the financials were very crystal clear. The transparency was maintained by both regional center as well as Coulter as a development group, because we had a lot of questions about repayment guarantee, and they were satisfied not just with the emails, but with the attachments of financials, as well as you mentioned, about the balance sheets and whatnot. So that gave us a lot of confidence. So that's one, definitely, the repayment guarantee.
And also the progress of the project that we saw over that period of 6 to 10 months showed us that the project was coming to fruition pretty quickly. It was, as we saw people living there, using the amenities, etc. So that was definitely a big part of our decision.
Second, adding to that, like, it's not just houses being built, houses being sold. So that newsletter with the updates that, this month we sold more 13, 14, 15 houses. So that gave us more confidence that, it's not just being built, but it's also being disposed of, which helps to build good financials.
And then the third point was that the jobs were already created by the time we invested, which gave us the confidence in the project itself, knowing, or well, at least minimizing the risk with the immigration process per se.
The EB-5 EAM was actually one of the first regional centers I contacted, and afterwards I think I spoke to maybe 3 or 4 more. But what really stood out was, first of all, I mean, you are one of the founders, and I contacted you, and you almost immediately responded. It was very easy to get on a call with you, and that wasn't the situation with the other regional centers. So even though I spoke to very knowledgeable, friendly, and experienced people, I never spoke to any of the principals or founders in any of the other regional centers. So I thought that was already a big difference. EB-5 AM seems very transparent in that perspective, and also obviously super responsive, very professional in your approach and the communication. I don't think it ever took longer than 3 to 4 hours before I got a response from you. So that was amazing, and I really that really appealed to me. And what I also liked about EB-5 AM was all this information you have out there on the internet, although the educational informative emails you send, because they really cover and they touch on the right, covered the right questions for me, basically. So that was very helpful and insightful, and I thought that was, again, very transparent, and that appealed to me.
EB-5 investor safety. EB-5 investors in Twin Lakes, Georgia, benefit from many features that reduce their financial and immigration risk. First, the project's continued development is not dependent on EB-5 investment. From early 2019 until September 2022, Twin Lakes, Georgia was funded almost entirely with developer equity and a senior loan from Wells Fargo Bank. The Wells Fargo loan has since been replaced with a loan from Third Coast Bank. The project is fully capitalized and is not dependent on EB-5 investment. Twin Lakes, Georgia offers EB-5 investors an I-526E approval refund guarantee. This means that if USCIS denies an EB-5 investor's I-526E petition, 100% of his or her invested capital will be promptly refunded. Additionally, the Twin Lakes, Georgia EB-5 loan is secured by a repayment guarantee from a Coulter parent company. This feature of Twin Lakes, Georgia is unique among EB-5 projects. The loan repayment guarantee is backed by a diversified Coulter parent company with substantial assets and net equity. For more information on the Twin Lakes, Georgia Rural EB-5 project, please contact EB-5AN today.